The door to the sauna slammed shut behind me like a gunshot in the dead of night, sealing us in with the heat that clawed at my lungs. Connor's hand, rough, calloused from years of chopping wood and fixing engines, gripped my shoulder, his eyes burning into mine with a fire that wasn't just from the steam. "Justin," he whispered, voice cracking like thunder over the Rockies. "You have no idea what you're asking for." I stumbled back against the cedar wall, heart pounding like a jackhammer, the air thick with eucalyptus and something darker, betrayal, desire, the kind of secret that could shatter families. But in that split second, as his lips crashed into mine, I knew this wasn't help. This was the end of everything I thought I knew about love, loyalty, and the man who'd raised my best friend like a son. The summer of 2018 in Evergreen Falls, Washington, hit like a freight train. Humid days bleeding into nights where the air hung heavy with pine sap and unspoken regrets. I was 18, fresh out of high school, with a backpack full of dreams and a beat-up Ford pickup that my dad had handed down before he bailed for good. Evergreen wasn't the kind of place that bred big ambitions. It was a logging town tucked into the Cascades, where men like my old man worked the mills until their backs gave out, and women like my mom waited tables at the diner, smiling through gritted teeth. But I had Justin. Wait, no, that's me. I'm Justin Hale. And my anchor was Connor Riley, or rather, his son, my best friend since we were knee-high to a stump, Tyler. Tyler and I were inseparable, the kind of duo that finished each other's sentences and covered for each other's screw-ups. He was the golden boy varsity quarterback, easy grin, the one who could charm his way out of detention with a wink. Me, I was the shadow, wiry build from endless hikes, dark hair that never stayed combed, and eyes that saw too much. We met in 3rd grade when his family moved from Seattle, Connor uprooting them after some vague, fresh start that no one talked about. Connor was the dad every kid envied, broad-shouldered, with salt and pepper hair and a laugh that rumbled like a V8 engine. He coached our little league team, fixed our bikes without charging a dime, and barbecued ribs on Sundays that made the whole neighborhood show up. To me, he was the father I never had, the steady hand in a world that felt like it was always one storm away from crumbling. That July, Tyler's family cabin up in the foothills became our escape. The Riles owned 20 acres of old-growth firs, a rambling A-frame with a wraparound porch and a creek that sang lullabies at night. Connor had built the sauna himself, a Finnish-style sweatbox out back, all knotty pine and river rocks heated by a wood stove. It was his sanctuary, he said, a place to sweat out the demons. Tyler and I spent afternoons cannonballing into the creek, evenings nursing beers we'd swiped from the cooler, talking shit about college applications and the girls who ghosted us. But for me, those talks veered deeper. I come out as gay the year before, in a tear-streaked confession to Tyler over stolen whiskey in his treehouse. He hugged me, called me his brother, and that was that. No drama, no distance. "You're still you, Jay," he'd said. And that's enough. But Connor, he knew too. Tyler let it slip one dinner, casual as passing the potatoes. I waited for the hammer to fall, the judgmental stare, the awkward silences. Instead, Connor just nodded, clapped a hand on my back, and said, "World's full of assholes, kid. Don't let 'em dim your light." It was classic Connor, gruff kindness wrapped in flannel. He never pried, never preached. But his eyes lingered sometimes, a beat too long when I laughed at his jokes, or when I helped stack firewood, shirts off in the heat. I chalked it up to nothing. Dads do that, right? See potential in strays like me. The trouble started on a Thursday, the kind of day where the sky bruises purple by noon. Tyler was late from practice, coach running suicides until the team's legs turned to jelly. I was at the cabin alone, fiddling with the sauna's vent. The damn thing had clogged again, spewing smoke like a chimney fire waiting to happen. Connor had shown me how to fix it once. Unscrew the panel, clear the ash, relight the stove. Simple. But my hands shook as I knelt there, the heat already building, sweat trickling down my spine. Why? Because Tyler had texted, stuck till 8. Handle the sauna? Dad's inbound. And inbound meant Connor, who made my stomach flip in ways it shouldn't. I heard his truck before I saw it, the gravel crunch under tires worn bald from hauling logs. Hey, Justin, his voice boomed from the porch, warm as fresh coffee. I wiped my brow, forcing a grin as he lumbered over, toolbox in hand. At 42, Connor was built like the mountains he loved. 6'3", arms corded from swinging axes, a faded tattoo of an anchor peeking from his sleeve, a Navy remnant from his youth. Ty said you were wrestling with this beast. Need a hand? Yeah, man. Vent's acting up. Think it's the baffle. I stepped aside, hyper-aware of the space between us or lack thereof. He smelled like sawdust and aftershave, clean and sharp. He crouched beside me, tools clinking, his knee brushing mine. All right, let's crack her open. We worked in rhythm, like we'd done it 100 times. He talked easy about the mill laying off shifts, Tyler's scholarship odds, the salmon run coming up. I nodded, stealing glances at the way his shirt clung to his back, the flex of his forearms. Stop it, I told myself. He's Tyler's dad. Off limits. But the heat was rising, the stove crackling to life. Steam hissed, and Connor stood, stretching. There. Should breathe better now. He wiped sweat from his forehead, then paused, eyes on the bench. Fancy a steam? Earned it. My throat went dry. Sure. Why not? Inside, the air wrapped around us like a fever dream. We stripped to towels, protocol, he said, with a chuckle that didn't reach his eyes. The cedar benches scorched my skin as I sat, legs splayed, trying not to stare. Connor settled opposite, head tipped back, Adam's apple bobbing as he sighed. Silence stretched, broken only by the drip of water on rocks. You okay, kid? His voice was low, probing. Seam wound tight lately, I shrugged, towel slipping a fraction. Just life, you know? College looming. Figuring shit out. He nodded, eyes opening to meet mine. Dark blue, like storm clouds over the sound. Yeah. I remember that age. Felt like the world's closing in. A pause. Heavy. Tyler's lucky to have you. Keeps him grounded. The compliment hit warm, but twisted. I'm the lucky one. You guys. Your family. His gaze sharpened. Family. The word hung, laced with something unspoken. Then, abrupt. Hand me that eucalyptus branch? On the shelf. I stood, reaching too quick. Maybe. The shelf was high, my towel loosening. As I stretched, it slipped, pooling at my feet. Time froze. Naked, exposed, in the haze. I snatched it up, face flaming, but Connor's eyes were on me. Not shocked, not averting. Hungry. Justin. He rose, slow, like a predator uncoiling. The space between us vanished in 2 steps. His hand cupped my jaw, thumb rough against my stubble. This ain't right. But God help me. His mouth claimed mine, fierce and desperate, tasting of salt and pine. I melted into it, hands fisting his towel, pulling him closer. The world narrowed to heat, heartbeat, the forbidden press of his body against mine. It was wrong, so wrong, but in that steam-choked moment, felt like salvation. We broke apart gasping, foreheads pressed. "Fuck," he muttered, voice wrecked. "Tyler's my boy." I know," my whisper cracked. But I didn't pull away. Neither did he. That's when the door rattled. Tyler's voice, distant. "Jay? Dad? You guys in there?" Panic surged. Connor shoved me toward the bench, yanking his towel tight. "Act normal," he hissed, but his eyes screamed later. Tyler burst in minutes later, oblivious, slapping wetbacks and cracking jokes. But the air had shifted. Irrevocably. That night, as fireflies danced over the creek, I lay awake in the guest room, replaying the kiss like a fever. Connor's silhouette haunted the window, pacing the porch, cigarette glowing like a guilty secret. What had we done? What would we do? Evergreen Falls had always felt safe, a bubble of flannel and football. Now, it was a minefield, and I was the fool who'd lit the fuse. The next morning dawned crisp, coffee brewing on the stove like nothing had happened. Tyler shoveled eggs, rambling about practice. Connor poured mugs, his hand brushing mine electric, deliberate. "Sleep okay, Justin?" "Fine," I lied, pulse racing. Our eyes locked, promise and a plea. But Tyler caught none of it. "Hey, Dad, you fixing the truck today?" Jay's ride's on its last legs. Connor nodded, tearing his gaze away. "Yeah. Bring it round back after breakfast." The garage became our battlefield. Tyler wandered off to the creek with a fishing rod, leaving us alone amid oil stains and rusted tools. Connor slid under the hood, wrench in hand, but his focus was shot. "Last night," he started, voice muffled. "Don't." I leaned against the workbench, arms crossed. "We can't." He emerged, grease smeared, eyes fierce. "Can't what? Pretend it didn't happen? That it wasn't the first real thing I've felt in years." My breath hitched. "What about Aunt Lisa, Tyler?" "Lisa left 2 years ago. Justin said I was stuck in the past." He laughed, bitter. Maybe she was right. The confession hung. Raw. I'd known about the divorce, whispers at the diner, Tyler's shrugs. But hearing it from him, the pain etched deep, cracked something in me. "Connor." He stepped close, too close, the scent of motor oil mixing with his warmth. "Say my name again." "Like that." "Connor." It was a plea. His hand found my waist, pulling me flush. Our kiss this time was slower, exploratory, tongues mapping regrets, fingers tracing scars. I tasted his loneliness, the weight of raising Tyler solo, the ghosts of his Navy days. He tasted my fear, the ache of hiding who I was in a town that still whispered about, that queer kid from the trailer park. We broke when Tyler's whoop echoed from the woods, a trout on the line. Connor stepped back, composing himself. "Go help him." "I'll finish here." I nodded, dazed, fleeing to the creek. Tyler reeled in his catch, grinning wide. "Dude, you look like you saw a ghost." Dad give you the sex talk or something? If only. Nah. Just hot in the garage. That afternoon, we hiked the ridge trail, Tyler's idea, to clear our heads. The path wound through ferns and Devil's Club. Summit views of the Olympics smudged blue. Tyler talked dreams. UW Huskies. Pro ball. Maybe. I half listened. Mind on Connor. The way his laugh lines crinkled. The callus on his thumb from years of labor. Betrayal. The word gnawed. Tyler trusted us both. What kind of monster was I becoming? At the overlook, Tyler slung an arm around me. You're quiet, bro. Spill. I hesitated. The lie bitter. Just thinking about Seattle. Leaving this place. He squeezed. We'll room together. Fuck the distance. His loyalty stabbed. That night, over burgers on the grill, guilt festered. Connor caught my eye across the fire pit. His nod subtle, patience. But patience cracked 2 days later. Tyler had a game in town, away win, beers at the bar after. I begged off, stomach bug, and Connor volunteered to drive me home. The truck cab was a cocoon, radio humming Johnny Cash. His hand found my thigh at a stoplight, squeezing. Cabins empty till morning. We barely made the door. Clothes shed in a frenzy. Bodies colliding on the living room rug, hardwood biting knees. But pain was pleasure. Connor was everywhere. Mouth on my neck. Hands pinning wrists. Growls low and possessive. Wanted this since you grew into those jeans, he confessed. Breath hot against my ear. I arched. Lost. Whispering his name like a prayer. After, tangled in sheets, he traced my ribs. This changes everything. Yeah. Dawn crept in. Gray light on his face. Vulnerable. Alive. But Tyler can't know. Not yet. Regret shadowed his eyes. He's got enough on his plate. I nodded, but the lie settled like lead. Secrets in Evergreen were like dry rot. Start small, consume whole. The affair bloomed in stolen hours, sauna steams after Tyler's runs, late night repairs in the shed, hikes where hands brushed and lingered. Connor opened up. The Navy discharge after a drunken hookup with a shipmate, the marriage to Lisa as cover, the endless grind to give Tyler normalcy. Thought I was broken, he said once, head on my chest. Till you, I shared too, Dad's abandonment, Mom's endless shifts, the terror of coming out in a town where rainbows got you beat. With him, I felt seen, whole. Love crept in unannounced, fierce as cascade storms. But cracks showed. Tyler noticed my distraction. You seeing someone, Jay? And Connor's distance, snapping at small things. Dad's just stressed. Mill bullshit. Then, the betrayal. A Friday in August. Tyler's birthday bash at the cabin. Bonfire roaring. Keg tapped. Half the town crammed on the lawn. I nursed a solo cup, watching Connor across the flames, his smile for Tyler proud, but his glance my way electric. We slipped away during a beer run, into the shadows of the woodshed. Quick, urgent, his back to the wall, my hands in his hair. Missed you, he murmured. Me too. Climax hit like lightning, leaving us breathless, laughing soft. But as we straightened, voices neared. Tyler, stumbling drunk, with his buddy Mark. Jay, Dad, you guys. We froze. Connor shoved me behind a stack of lumber, stepping out casual. Just grabbing more ice. Son. Tyler squinted, then grinned sloppy. Cool. Hey, Jay's around. Think he's by the fire. Connor's voice steady, but his hand shook as he lit a smoke later. I emerged minutes later, heart hammering. Tyler clapped my back. Where you been, man? Missed the toast. Line at the keg. Lie after lie. That night, alone by the creek, Connor found me. Close call. Too close. I pulled him down. Desperate. But his kiss was edged fear, not fire. We gotta cool it, he said finally, pulling away. For him, the words gutted. So that's it. Till college. Distance. His eyes pleaded. This. It's real. But Tyler comes first. I stormed off. Tears hot. Real? Or just a summer fling to thaw his frozen heart? The fallout brewed slow. Tyler confronted me days later. Post-game high faded. Something's off with Dad. And you? Bill? Jay? Nothing. Defensive. Bullshit. Hurt flickered. If it's girl trouble, say so. We're brothers. Guilt choked. It's not that. He waited, patient as the pines. Finally, is it? A guy. I nodded, miserable. He hugged me fierce. Then why the ghost act? Bring him round. I'll vet the dude, if only. Can't. Complicated. Complicated how? Dad level complicated. The words slipped. Damning. Tyler's face drained. What? Panic clawed. Forget it. Joking, but his eyes hardened. You're fucking with me, right? I bolted, leaving him in the dust. The accusation hung between us like smoke from a backburn, acrid and impossible to ignore. Tyler's truck peeled out that afternoon, tires spitting gravel as he headed for Seattle, early orientation at UW. He texted. Need space. See you at Thanksgiving. No emoji. No bro hug sign off. Just silence. Vast as the Olympics on a clear day. Connor found me later, splitting logs by the woodshed, axe biting deep with each swing. Ty called. Said you fought. His voice was even, but worry creased his brow. I paused, sweat stinging eyes, the blade embedded in oak. He guessed. Guessed what? Sharp now. Us. The truth landed like felled timber. He paled, sinking onto a stump. How? Doesn't matter. He thinks I'm lying. I dropped the axe, hands raw. But he knows enough to hate me. Connor's head bowed, hands clasped like in prayer or surrender. This is my fault. Should have shut it down that first night. Don't. Anger flared. You felt it too. Yeah. Quiet admission. More than felt. But love don't pay bills or fix broken trust. The word love, casual, devastating, froze me. You mean that? His gaze lifted. Raw. Every damn day since the sauna. I crossed to him, kneeling in the dirt, our foreheads touching. Then fight for it. With me. He cupped my face, thumbs brushing tears I hadn't noticed. Can't lose him, Justin. He's all I got left of. Everything. The everything echoed. His youth. His mistakes. The wife who'd walked. The son who'd stayed. I pulled back, nodding. Okay. For now. But now stretched into weeks of torture. I crashed at Mom's trailer, avoiding the cabin, burying in shifts at the hardware store stocking nails, advising on chainsaws, anything to numb. Connor texted sparingly. Ty settled? Or rain's coming? Drive safe. Each ping a hook in my gut. Harvest hit, leaves turning fire orange, and Tyler's silence grew roots. Mom noticed, her waitress wisdom sharp. Boy trouble, over meatloaf, her eyes soft. Something like, I poked at peas. The good kind. Complicated, she squeezed my hand. Hearts don't come with instructions, baby. But they heal if you let them. Her optimism clashed with the storm inside. Nights, I drove the back roads, radio blasting Springsteen, Thunder Road, that ache of escape. Evergreen felt smaller, suffocating. College apps loomed, community college in Tacoma, maybe transfer later. Safe. Predictable. Then, mid-October, Connor called, not texted. Need you at the cabin. Trucks acting up again. Ty's coming home tomorrow. The lie was thin, but I went. Dusk painted the foothills gold as I pulled up, his silhouette on the porch, whiskey in hand. Brought dinner, he said, holding up takeout from the diner, Mom's fried chicken special. We ate on the swing, forks scraping Tupperware, small talk skirting the void. Ty's excited. Says hi, lie he hadn't. After, dishes done, he led me to the fire pit. Logs crackled, stars pricking the ink-black sky. Missed this, he murmured, arm around my shoulders. Me too, the warmth seeped in, thawing. We talked real then, his navy letters home, yellowed in a cigar box, my sketches of the sound, hidden in notebooks. Laughter came, tentative, then free. His hand found mine, interlacing fingers. Want a steam? For old times. The sauna glowed inviting, stove already stoked. Towels discarded. We sat close this time, thighs touching. Steam rose, loosening knots. Remember that first night? His voice husky. Like yesterday, I leaned in, lips brushing his shoulder. It escalated slow, kisses trailing collarbone, hands exploring with reverence. No rush, just rediscovery. On the bench, bodies aligned, he entered me gentle, eyes locked. Love you, he breathed, the words a vow amid gasps. Love you, echoed back, ceiling. After, wrapped in a shared towel, he confessed, Ty knows about me. Sorta. Found my old journal last year. The Navy stuff, my heart stuttered. And, threw it in the fire. Said he didn't care. Your dad, a sad smile. But us? That's different. We tell him. Together, Connor nodded, resolute. Thanksgiving. Clean slate. Hope bloomed, fragile as first snow. Tyler arrived the next day, duffel slung, grin masking strain. Jay, been too long, hug tight, but eyes searching. We played it cool, Thanksgiving prep like old times. Turkey brining, pie crusts rolling. Connor and I stole glances, charged but chaste. Tyler caught one, pausing mid-peel. You two seem good. Yeah. Connor's hand on his shoulder. Family's family. Dinner was feast and farce. Stories of freshman pranks. Football highlights. But under the table, Tyler's foot nudged mine, questioning. Later, beers by the fire, he cornered me. What's with you and Dad? Real talk. I swallowed. We're close. Close how? Edge creeping in. Like father-son. Half-truth. He searched my face, then deflated. Okay. Just don't hurt him. He's been through hell. The irony burned. Never. Christmas loomed, snow dusting the peaks. Tyler extended his stay, internship at the mill. The cabin thrummed with us three, mornings of coffee and crosswords, afternoons chopping wood, evenings of board games and bad movies. Connor and I navigated the minefield. A brush in the kitchen, a whisper in the hall. Tension built, electric. New Year's Eve. Tyler crashed early, kegger hangover. Connor and I toasted with bourbon on the porch. Midnight chimes from town. To us, he said, kissing me deep as Auld Lang Syne faded. But dawn brought reckoning. Tyler, bleary-eyed, found us in the kitchen, Connor's arm around my waist, casual but damning. Time stopped. What the fuck? His voice shattered the mug in his hand, coffee pooling red with blood. Ty. Connor stepped forward, placating. Tyler backed away, eyes wild on me. You? With my dad? It's not, I stammered. Bullshit. He lunged, fist connecting with my jaw, crack of bone, copper taste. I hit the floor, stars bursting. Connor hauled him off, roaring. Enough. Tyler shoved free, tears streaming. You stole him, my best friend, our life. He bolted, truck roaring to life, tires screaming down the drive. Silence crashed. Connor knelt, ice to my swelling face. I'm sorry, I winced, tasting betrayal's bite. He hates me. No, firm. Hurts. But he'll come around. He didn't. Weeks blurred. Voicemails ignored. Texts unread. Tyler ghosted. Holed up in Seattle. Connor drove up twice, camped outside the dorm. Pleas falling on deaf ears. Give him time, I urged. But fracture lines spread. Spring thawed the ground but not us. I enrolled at Tacoma CC. Commutes eating hours. Connor threw into work. Double shifts. Calluses bleeding. Nights, we'd meet at the creek, making love under willows, whispering futures. We'll move, he'd say. Seattle. Start fresh, but doubt nod. And Tyler, he'll forgive. Sons do. May brought commencement Tyler's, not mine. Connor begged me to skip. Too soon. I went anyway, anonymous in the crowd. Caps tossed. He scanned the stands, saw me, face twisting. Post-ceremony, he cornered Connor in the lot. Tell him to stay away. Or I will. The ultimatum gutted. That night, Connor ended it. Porch light harsh, his voice steel. Can't do this. Not if it costs him. Tears hot. You promised. Love's not selfish. He turned away. Go. I drove blind. Wipers slashing rain. Evergreen blurred. A watercolor of loss. Summer returned. Merciless. I worked the mill now. Green as saplings. Earning bruises and blisters. Connor avoided nods at the store. Eyes averted. Tyler visited weekends. Stiff civility when paths crossed. Hey, Jay, no warmth. Betrayal festered. One July night, drunk on porch light and cheap vodka, I texted Connor, miss you. Sauna? No reply. Dawn? Regret. But evening, his truck idled at the trailhead. One time, he said, climbing out. Closure. The sauna steamed. Familiar hell. Towels fell. Bodies clashed, angry, reclaiming. Why? I gasped, nails raking his back. Can't stop. He thrust deep, breaking. Need you. After. Bent. He held me. Ties moving to Portland. Job offer. Leaving us. Leaving this. Said. Says he can't watch. The wound reopened. Then come with me. To Tacoma. He dressed slow. Can't. This is home. The door clicked shut behind him, final as a coffin nail. Autumn leaves carpeted the back roads like spilled secrets, crunching under my tires as I barreled toward Portland. It was late September 2019, a year since that first kiss in the steam, and desperation had finally outrun reason. Tyler's new life, some entry-level gig at a craft brewery, crashing with cousins, felt like the last thread connecting us all. I'd scraped together gas money from overtime at the mill, told Mom I was visiting a friend, and hit the interstate before doubt could catch up. Evergreen receded in the rearview, a smudge of green against gray skies, but Connor's ghost rode shotgun. His laugh, his touch, the way he'd murmur my name like a curse and a blessing. Portland hit different. Hipster haven with food carts steaming under neon. Bridges arching over the Willamette like veins pulsing with possibility. Tyler's spot was a converted warehouse loft in the Pearl District. Exposed brick, craft brews chilling in a mini fridge, posters of Nirvana and the Blazers tacked crooked. He buzzed me up, surprise flickering before the mask slipped on. Polite, distant. Jay. Didn't expect this. Wanted to see your setup. I lugged a six-pack of his favorite IPA. Peace offering. Congrats on the job. He stepped aside. Loft airy with river views. Yeah. Pouring pints. Learning the ropes. Beats slinging lumber. Tour was quick. Bed nook. Bike rack. Stack of unread books. We cracked beers on the couch. City hum filtering up, trams clanging. Laughter from the street. Silence stretched. Then, why really here? I set the bottle down. Heart thudding. To fix us. Whatever this is. His jaw tightened. Connor's eyes flashing. Us? There is no us. Not after you stabbed Dad in the back. Stabbed. Outrage surged. It wasn't. Fucking my best friend? While I'm clueless. He stood. Pacing. I trusted you. Both. We didn't plan it. Weak. But true. It just happened. Bullshit. He stopped. Voice cracking. I saw how you looked at him. Garage hangs. Those hikes. And him lonely. Postmom. You prayed. The word prayed landed like a slap. I loved him. I still do. He laughed. Hollow. Love? Or pity fuck for the sad widower? Watch it. I rose. Fists clenched. You don't know shit about us. Enlighten me. Venom. When'd it start? That sauna night? I knew something was off. Smoke smell on you both. Guilt twisted. Yeah. Helping fix the vent. And probing. Ugly. And it escalated. No details. Some lines uncrossable. He deflated onto the couch. Head in hands. God. Jay. Why him? Seattle's full of guys. Why destroy my family? Tears pricked. Didn't set out to. But Connor. He's home. Steady. Sees me. Tyler looked up. Wrecked. He sees everyone like that. This is curse, fixes strays, then bleeds for it. The insight pierced. Tyler's own wounds. Carrying his dad's burdens. You're mad at him too. Always have been. Admission soft. Mom left 'cause he couldn't let go. Of the Navy. Of whatever broke him. I stayed to keep him afloat. Then you. I'm sorry. Genuine. For the hurt. He nodded. Slow. Me too. For the punch. We talked then, real ragged. His freshman fears. The journal he'd torched. Connor's coming out scribbles. Navy hookups in bunkers. Thought it'd make him free. Didn't know it'd lead here. By midnight, beer's empty. A truce. Stay the night. Couch is yours. Sleep evaded. City lights strobing. Morning. Over takeout foe. He grinned tentative. Wanna meet my crew? Brewery shift later. I did. The taproom buzzed. Craft nerds sampling hazy IPAs. Tyler behind the bar. Charming as ever. Introductions. Mia. Tattooed barback with a crush. Raj. Head brewer with dad jokes. Felt normal. A glimpse of what could have been. But my phone buzzed mid-afternoon. Connor. Heard you're in town. Ty okay? Fingers hovered. Yeah. Talking. Miss you. Dots danced. Then good. Me too. Careful driving back. No invitation. The ache deepened. I extended the stay, crashed 3 days. Job flexible. Tyler and I rebuilt. Pub crawls. Powell's books marathons. Midnight runs along the esplanade. He dated Mia. Shy sparks. I flirted with a barista named Eli. Dark curls and easy wit. But it fizzled, shadow of Connor too long. One night, post-shift, Tyler dropped the bomb. Talking to Dad. He's rough. Mill closed shifts. Drinking more. Worry nodded. He say that. Nah. But I know. Pause. Wants to know about you. My pulse jumped. What did you say? That you're good. That maybe. Time heals. Hope flickered. Can I call him? Tyler eyed me. Your funeral. But don't push. Connor picked up on the second ring. Voice gravel from sleep or sorrow. Justin. Hey. Soft. How's home? Quiet. Snow early this year. Small talk faltered. Ty treating you right? Yeah. He's solid. Beat. Wish you were here. Silence. Loaded. Me too. But. I know. The but. Tyler. Evergreen. The chasm. Just. Thinking of you. Same. Warmth cracked through. Drive safe when you go. Portland's rain started then. Relentless sheets. I left a week later. Tyler's hug fierce at the bus station. Come back anytime. Doors open. Love you. Man. Truth. Back in Evergreen. The town felt hollowed, mill skeleton rusting. Streets slick with melt. Mom's trailer smelled of pot roast. Her hug grounding. Found your heart. Piece of it. I crashed hard. Dreams tangled. Connor's hands. Tyler's fist. Portland lights. Winter gripped. Holidays a minefield. Tyler flew home for Christmas. Awkward feast at the cabin. Mom invited for buffer. Gifts exchanged. Flannel for Connor. Seahawks jersey for Ty. Sketchbook for me. Laughter forced, but undercurrents swirled. Connor's eyes met mine over pie. Longing. Restraint. New Year's. Tyler pulled me aside. Dad's seeing someone. From church group. The world tilted. Who? Doesn't matter. Moving on. Forced cheer. You should too. Jealousy clawed. Irrational. Good for him, but it wasn't. February. A call from Tyler. Dad spiraling. Lost the job. Booze bad. I drove up unannounced. Snow chains rattling. Cabin dark. Truck askew. Connor answered shirtless. eyes bloodshot, whiskey reek. Justin? Shit. Tyler sent me. Lie, he hadn't, but close. He stepped aside. Chaos inside. Bottles clinking. Fire gutted. We sat at the kitchen table. Coffee black as sin. Hit bottom, he admitted. Mill gone. Ty's words echo. Fix yourself first. I reached for his hand. You can. Our fingers laced. Spark reigniting. Missed this. One kiss led to more bedroom tangle. Desperate reclaiming. Don't leave, he begged. Inside me, breaking. I won't. Promise. Even as doubt whispered. Spring brought green shoots. Tentative. Tyler visited. Caught the shift, Connor clear-eyed. Me weekend fixture. Counseling? He asked. Suspicious. Yeah. Connor's nod. And Justin. Anchor. Tyler's gaze flicked between us. Softening. If it works. Okay. But betrayal's echo lingered. June. Portland pulled Tyler. Mia serious now. Job promo. Going away bash at the cabin. Bonfire. Bruise. Bittersweet. He pulled Connor aside. Then me. Protect each other. Promise. We did. Vows exchanged in whispers as he drove off. Taillights fading. Summer 2020 dawned, pandemic haze. Lockdowns. Masks at the diner. Mills shuttered full. Connor and I hunkered. Bubble of two. Hikes masked. Steams sanitized. Love deepening in isolation. He talked Navy ghosts. I shared trailer park scars. You're my fresh start, he said one dawn. Coffee steaming. But conflict brewed. July. Tyler called frantic. Mia dumped me. COVID test positive. Coming home. Panic. Connor paced. Can't risk you. Me? I bristled. We're in this. He needs me. Clean space. The subtext. Send him away. Hurt flared. So I'm the risk now? No, pleading. But I packed. Fleeing to mom's. Fix your boy. I'll wait. Weeks dragged. Tyler quarantined. Connor nursing. Text sparse. He's okay. Love you. August heat wave. I hiked alone, ridge trail memories mocking. At the overlook. Phone buzzed. Tyler. Better. Thanks for space. Dad's a mess without you. Relief. Then resolve. That night, I confronted Connor at the cabin. Tyler asleep. We faced this together. Or not at all. He pulled me close. Together. Fall brought uneasy peace. Tyler recovered. Job hunted remote. Crashed longer. The three of us navigated. Awkward dinners. Shared chores. Boundaries blurring. One evening. Post-steam. Masked. Distant. Tyler cornered us. I see it. The way you look. Connor tensed. Son. No. It's okay. Quiet strength. Just. Don't hide. I can't lose you both to secrets. Tears all around. Hug triple. Family reforged. But climax loomed. November elections raged. Evergreen divided, signs clashing. Bar fights brewing. Connor. Union man. Volunteered for drives. Tyler. Progressive. Argued policy. I mediated, but tension spiked. Election night. Watch party at the bar turned ugly. Drunk logger slurring slurs at a queer couple. Connor intervened. Fists flying. I jumped in. Back to back. Blood on knuckles. Tyler pulled us out. Shaken. You could have died. For what? Right thing, Connor spat. Ice on split lip. Home. Stitches for him. Bruises for me. Tyler exploded. This town. It's poison. Hates us all. Dad. You're demons. Jay. Your truth. Me. Loving you both. The rawness cracked us open. Then leave, Connor urged. Build better. Tyler nodded. Decision made. With you too. Portland. All in. But betrayal's final twist. Connor's phone. Left charging. Texts from Sarah. Church group. Miss our talks. Coffee soon? Heart stopped. Flirtation? More? I confronted. Voice steel. Who's she? Friend. Defensive. Support group. Divorce shit. Bullshit. Scrolling hearts. Innuendo. While we're together, hurt flashed. Needed someone. You were gone. Months ago. Betrayal reversed. Sharp. He deflated. Scared. Of losing Ty again. Of this us being a phase. The words eviscerated. Am I? No. Desperate grab. God. No. But trust fractured. I stormed out. Rain lashing. Tyler found me at the creek. Soaked. What now? Leave him to it. Bitter. No. Firm. We fix or burn. Winter 2020 clamped down like a vice. Snow piling drifts against the cabin windows, turning evergreen into a whiteout tomb. Tyler's ultimatum hung unspoken but ironclad. Portland by spring, or we splinter for good. It was his way, quarterback decisive, forcing plays. Connor and I tiptoed around the Sarah texts, a grenade with the pin half pulled. I slept on the couch those first nights, the fire's crackle mocking our silence, while upstairs Tyler paced, ear to the floorboards like a sentinel. Mornings, we'd shovel drives in tandem, Connor's broad swings syncing with mine, breaths fogging in the chill. No words, just rhythm, a fragile truce. Tyler broke it over breakfast one dawn, pancakes sizzling. We talk. Now. All cards. Connor set down his mug, knuckles white. About. Everything. Tyler's eyes pinned us. The lies. The almost cheats. Why we're still here. Freezing our asses off. I shifted. Toast crumbling. Ty. No. He leaned in. Dad. That Sarah crap? Jay told me. Weak. Connor flushed. Gaze dropping. It was nothing. Loneliness talking. Bull. Tyler's voice rose. You taught me better. Own it. He did. Halting. After the mill. The fights. Felt adrift. Sarah listened. No strings. But there were. My whisper cut. To me. Connor met my eyes. Bro. Yeah. And I'm sorry. Won't happen again. Tyler nodded. Slow. And you, Jay? That Portland barista Eli? Texts I saw when you charged your phone. Heat crawled my neck. Flirt. Nothing more. Same hurt. Tyler's point. So we vow, no secrets. Portland fresh. We did, hands clasped over cooling coffee. Promises etched in steam. Relief washed. Tentative. That week. Resumes flew. Connor's welding cert to shipyards. My sketches to graphic design gigs. Tyler's brewing network expanding. Zillow tabs open. Lofts bookmarked. But emotions tide pulled under. February blizzard trapped us. Power flickering. Generator humming. Board games by lantern light turned confessional. Connor's Navy discharge letter. Read aloud. Voice thick. My coming out journal. Pages tear-stained. Tyler's hidden poems. Verses of loss and loyalty. One night, cards forgotten. Tyler cracked. Hate this town for breaking you both. For making love a war. Connor pulled him close. Not broken. Mended. I joined. Arms around them. Family. Flawed. Fierce. In that glow, barriers crumbled. Later, alone, Connor and I made love slow on the rug, rediscovering in whispers. You're my north, he murmured, tracing constellations on my skin. Always, the vow anchored. Spring teased, crocuses pushing snow, Willamette calling. Packing commenced. Boxes labeled kitchen. Memories. Tyler's jerseys folded neat. Farewell loomed. Mom's tearful barbecue. Mill buddies toasting Connor's city slicker fate. Hikes bidding ridges goodbye. But climax crested in April. Rain-lashed roads mirroring turmoil. Tyler's ex, Mia, called Reconciliation Olive Branch. Come visit. Clear air. He wavered. Eyes on us. Go, Connor urged. Life's not freeze-frame. Tyler drove south. Weekend pass. Cabin emptied. Echoey. Connor and I seized it. Sauna stoked. Eucalyptus sharp. Last steam here, he said. Towel slipping. First of many elsewhere. I pulled him down. Heat coiling. Mid-embrace. His phone buzzed on the bench, Sarah's name. I froze. Body tensing. Answer it. No, he silenced. But damage bloomed. After. Dressed. I pressed. End it. For real. I will. Promise. But eyes evaded. Doubt festered. Portland move hastened, U-Haul rented. Loft secured in Alberta Arts District. Sunny. Bikeable. Breweries blocks away. Load up day. Evergreen wave tepid. Neighbors nodding. Skies clearing symbolic. The drive was caravan. Tyler's civic lead. Our truck hauling. Radio synced to Tom Petty learning to fly. Arrival buzzed. Boxes stacked. First pizza greasy joy. Unpacking bonded. Tyler's laughs at Connor's grunts. My sketches framing walls. But undercurrent simmered. May. Jobs landed. Connor welding at the port. Nights classing HVAC. Me junior designer at a startup. Pixels my canvas. Tyler assistant brewer. Hops his heaven. Nights. We cooked communal stir-fries. Stories. A rhythm emerging. Yet Sarah's shadow lengthened. June. Connor's late shift. I scrolled his phone. Unlocked. Trust test. Texts innocuous. Group meeting? But one. Coffee after? Miss our chats. Rage boiled. I confronted at dawn. Pre-shift. It's over, he sighed. Coffee untouched. Friends. That's it. Liar. I shoved the phone. End contact. Or I walk. Justin, pleading. Now. Ultimatum echoed Tyler's. He typed deletion. Blocking. Done. Relief short-lived. July heat wave. Tyler out with crew. Connor and I biked the waterfront. Bridges gleaming. Food carts tempting. Picnic under hawthorn. Falafel and freedom. This is us, he said, kissing salt from my lips. But home. Tyler waited, face thunderous. Saw Dad with her. Coffee shop. Today. Time fractured. Connor paled. Son. It was. Group thing. Bull. Looked cozy. Tyler's eyes on me. Apology. Sorry. Jay. Had to tell. Betrayal tripled Connor's lie. My blindness. Tyler's knife twist loyalty. You promised, I roared, storming to the bedroom, door slamming. Connor followed, begging. Innocent. Old habit. Swear. Out. Cold. Couch. Tonight. Maybe forever. He went, defeated. Tyler knocked later, soft. Hate this. But secrets kill. I know. We hugged. Brothers still. Help me trust again? Time. Wise beyond years. Weeks cycled. Connor exiled to the futon. Gestures grand, dinners cooked. Sketches framed. Saunas suggested Portland spa. Awkward. I softened. Cracks mending. August. Anniversary of that first kiss. He planned. Rooftop picnic. City lights winking. Champagne chilled. Remember Evergreen? He knelt. Ring simple silver band. Engraved north. Marry me. No more doubts. Tears blurred. Yes. Kiss sealed. Future bright. Tyler walked in mid-toast. Grin splitting. Knew it. Congrats. Dads. Laughter healed. But humanism's lesson. Love's not linear. September. Connor relapsed. Stress from certs. A bar slip with buddies. Tyler found him. Hauled home. Intervention raw. You're enough, Tyler said, echoing my words. We all are. Rehab whispers surfaced. Outpatient. AA meetings. Connor agreed. Vulnerable. For you too. I held him through nights. Withdrawals shaking. Together. Fall foliage painted the city gold. Weddings planned. Small. Courthouse. Mia as witness. Reconciled friend. But climax redux. Eve of vows. Sarah appeared. Loft doorstep. Eyes red. Heard about the wedding. Needed to warn. Warn. Icy. He's not ready. Still texts me. Says it's habit. But the knife plunged. Tyler. Home early. Ushered her out. Go. Connor returned. Oblivious. What's wrong? Her. I thrust phone, screenshots Tyler snapped. Last week. Face crumpling. J. I. Save it. Heart shattered. Call it off. No. Desperate. It's nothing. Swear on Ty. Tyler stepped up. Dad. Enough. You break him. You break us. Silence deafening. Connor nodded. Broken. I'll fix. Alone. He left that night, motel. Then folks back in Evergreen. Space to heal. Letters came. Apologies scrawled. Promises etched. Love's work. One read. I'm working. Tyler and I held Portland duo. Hikes and brews. His arm steady. He'll come back better. November rains. I doubted. But December solstice. Knock. Connor. Sober 6 months. Eyes clear. Forgive. We did hug title. Tears salt. Vows renewed. Intimate. Rings exchanged under mistletoe. Tyler best man. But the arc bent humanistic. No fairy dust. Connor's meetings weekly. My therapy unpacking dad wounds. Tyler's therapy bridging father-son gaps. Love, we learned, thrives in fractures, mended stronger. Spring 2021. Cherry blossoms rained petals. We hiked Forest Park. Hands linked. Worth the storm? Connor asked. Every drop. Kiss amid blooms. The years unspooled like film reels in Portland's perpetual drizzle. 2022 blurring into 23. Our loft evolving from bare bones to lived-in haven. Connor's tool bench in the corner. My drafting table by the window overlooking the East Bank Esplanade. Tyler's mini brew kit bubbling on the counter like a mad scientist's potion. We'd settled into a rhythm that felt less like survival and more like symphony. Mornings of shared coffee and crosswords. Connor's low chuckle over my bad puns. Evenings of takeout Thai and true crime docs. Tyler's running commentary a Greek chorus. Weekends hiking the gorge. Wind whipping secrets from our lungs. Marriage grounded us. That silver band a talisman against backslides. Connor's HVAC gig bloomed into foreman. Barking orders at shipyard apprentices with the same gruff care he'd once lavished on Little League. My designs caught eyes, local band posters evolving to ad campaigns for microbrews, pixels paying rent. Tyler climbed. Head brewer by 22. His hazy IPA Cascade Heartbreak, winning golds at fests. A nod to our shared wreckage. Mia faded to footnote. Then friend. He dated casual. A barista here, a hiker there, but roots stayed shallow. Eyes always scanning for solid. Yet drama's embers smoldered. Summer 22. Evergreen called Mom's Health Scare. Pneumonia gripping post-flu. We caravan back. U-Haul unnecessary this time. Just suitcases and resolve. The town hadn't changed. Mill ghosts. Diner hash a time capsule. Mom's trailer sagged, but her hug mended more than meds. Brought the whole circus, she teased, eyeing Tyler's six-pack. Connor fixed leaks. I cooked her favorites. Tyler charmed docs with small-town tales. Nights, creekside fires, old wounds aired. Dad's ghost postcards from Reno, empty boasts. Miss him? Tyler asked. Once. Nah, lie half true. Got you fools, Healing hummed. But conflict crested at the annual fair, booths hawking elk jerky, Ferris wheel creaking against stars. A logger, ex-mill buddy, cornered Connor. Heard you're hitched. To him, slur spat, beer breath hot. Connor squared up. Yeah. Problem. Fist flew, drunk swing. Connor dodging. Counter light but landing. Scuffle broke. Sheriff hauling the guy. Tyler and I pulled Connor away. Adrenaline buzzing. Not worth it, I murmured. Lip bloodied from a stray elbow. Always will be. His grip fierce. You, back home. Mom's words over pie. Proud of you boys. Making beauty from broken. Portland reclaimed us, but Evergreen's pull lingered, roots tugging. Fall 23. Tyler dropped the bomb. Engagement to a guy from a beer fest. Alex, tall, quiet engineer with a laugh like wind chimes. Met at Hop Harvest. Clicked. Joy exploded, dinner toasts. Ring shopping. Me sketching invites. But undercurrent. Kids. Tyler joked. Eyeing Connor. Your turn. We laughed. But seed planted. Connor's eyes met mine. Thoughtful. Maybe. Winter solstice wedding planning turned chaotic romantic. Venue hunts in wine country. Tux fittings amid snowball fights. Rehearsal dinner. Evergreen contingent arrived. Mom beaming. Old teammates clapping Tyler's back. But tension simmered. A aunt's side-eye at our rings. Whispers quelled by Connor's glare. Vows day dawned crisp. Willamette sparkling under January sun. Tyler and Alex, sharp in navy, exchanged rings under arbor oaks dripping dew. Efficient a brewmaster buddy. In strength and stout, he quipped, crowd roaring. Our toast, to heartbreak's brew, turning bitter to bold. After party raged, craft taps flowing. Band covering petty. Connor pulled me to the floor. Slow dance amid chaos. Our turn next year? Heart swelled. Hell yes, but betrayal's specter, ever human, reared in March 24. Connor's promotion came with travel site visits to Bremerton, nights in motels. Texts faithful, calls nightly, but distance bred doubt. One weekend, solo in the loft. Phone buzzed, unknown. Connor? To Sarah. Old friend. In town. Coffee, rage, then reason. I forwarded to him. No note. Reply swift. Blocked. Love you. Trust tested. Passed. But lesson etched. Vigilance voluntary. Not vice. Summer 24. We claimed our slice. Courthouse elopement. Then reception at Tyler's brewery. Barrels rolled. Labels our faces cartooned. Vows intimate. Through storms and saunas, Connor said. Rings sliding home. My north. My home. Kiss sealed. Cheers erupted. Tyler. Terry. Hug double. Finally right. Humanism bloomed in mundanities. Adopting a mutt named Scout. Hikes with leashes tangled. Connor's first pride float. Rainbow flannel absurdly perfect. My exhibit at First Thursday. Sketches of us three cabin shadows. Portland lights selling out. Fall 25. Anniversary Eve. We steamed at a new spa. Urban twist. Eucalyptus nodding to origins. Towels low. Hands high. He whispered. That first night? Shocked me alive. Me too. Laughter bubbled. Best bad idea. Dinner after rooftop. City sprawling. Tyler joined. Alex too. Family expanded. Toasts to futures. His startup brewing. Our remodeled dreams. Perhaps a kid via surrogate. Wild notion. As stars pricked. Connor's hand in mine. I reflected. Love's not conquest, but cultivation, betrayals as fertilizer, conflicts as rain. We'd shocked ourselves from ashes. Justin, the shadow, Connor, the steady, Tyler, the bridge. American as apple pie with a twist, flawed, fierce, forever. And in that, redemption. Not perfect, but profoundly human.